Audio Jungle.
I don't believe you people.
What do you mean, you people?
What do you mean, you people?
Huh? You people!
You people.
You people.
You people that walk around with one blind eye.
You people.
You people that are knocking down Niagara Falls.
You people who destroy our city.
You people that are lying.
People. You people.
You people that would rather do drugs,
You
drink,
people.
steal, rob.
You people. You people.
You people.
You people.
It's time for you to go.
You people.
You people.
You people.
You people!
You people.
You people. You people. Get the fuck out of this city and go ruin someone else's.
You people have been chosen to reveal our existence to the world.
Welcome to the edge of the falls. Welcome to the edge of the falls. You people have been chosen to reveal our existence to the world. I'm Brett Byro, a.k.a. the Madman, and my legs hurt.
Hi, I'm Peter Green, a.k.a. the Mystic, holding down the fort here while the Madman was in Washington making his legs hurt. And together we are
The Edge of the Falls. So,
welcome back.
Thank you. Oh, my gosh. Talk about proud. How can I put it? I met so many people that were like-minded, and
That's a scary thought, brother.
Well, listen, when I say like-minded, I mean loving your country. Believe it or not, peaceful. Wanting better. I don't know. It doesn't take, I guess, a rocket scientist to feel or to see that shit just isn't right now.
Well, it certainly is an uncomfortable situation, and you already had a question on here from Noel asking if you had whooped anyone's ass.
Hey, listen, you know what? I sound kind of flat, so I hope everybody can hear me. I don't know if it's just me.
No,
or
you
not.
sound fine.
Okay. And you know what? We went down there not to to whip ass. We went down there just to make our presence felt and show that we support President Trump and that things are not going right. We're not happy with the way this whole election went and this whole. This whole thing. I guess, talking about kicking ass, listen, if you watch all the videos and stuff that we're going to post and we're going to talk about it, and we're going to talk about, the group that I went down there with which is the New York Watchmen, it is, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of, I guess, it was exhilarating, to say the least, to see all the people out there. I know everybody is saying how many people, blah blah blah. Listen, the fact is that when you look down the road, you couldn't see
a clearing.
You couldn't see a clearing. You couldn't see where the line ended. We marched from Liberty Plaza to the Supreme Court, and I'm telling you that you couldn't hear anything. You couldn't see anything over the people, and guess what? It was peaceful, Peter.
Well, absolutely. It was the one thing about it. I've read pretty much every news article that appeared about the entire event because, well, you know why? Because I was looking to see if you made it. I love your first message the other night. I get this message from the Madman, and he's like, we went out and we visited the Antifa and Black Lives Matters camps, and he says they knew us. We didn't have masks on.
It's true that you could tell that the people that they were talking to or trying to say anything to were, oh my God, put your mask on. You're going to give everybody COVID. Blah blah blah. Funny that was the worst thing that they could talk about was COVID and putting on your mask rather than what's going on. There were lots of BLM and Antifa, people out there.
Why were they there?
You know what?
I mean, this was, sorry to interrupt, but this was, from what I've read and seen, this was announced as a Trump supporter, Make America Great Again march, right? You wanted to show your support for President Trump. Right. You wanted to challenge, at least voice that you wanted to challenge the elections, etc. So that's what you're doing out there. And all of a sudden, Black Lives Matter show up, or Antifa. Why are they there?
You know why they were there. They were there to try and disrupt things. And unfortunately, after we all went to bed, and got done with our march and being a little bit loud, and they waited until 4 a.m. to jump the elderly, stab people.
We always wait till 2 a.m. I mean, that's reasonable.
Yeah. Anyways, the fact of the matter is that when there was the D.C. police, this came right from the D.C. police, said that there was over 1.1 million people that showed up in 5 days.
So they're doing cumulative, which is fair.
I don't know. I'm talking about, it took 5 days to set this up, Peter, and 1.1 million people showed up. Not 1.1 million people in 5 days.
Right.
There was only, the first post on the Million MAGA March showed up 5 days earlier, and within that 5 days time frame, people came from all over Portland, Oregon, all the way to New York and met in D.C. It was awesome. It was awesome. I guess people that don't support President Trump don't think that this is going to be awesome and don't think that this is going to be a big deal on the way America is going to be going, in what direction. I guess I hate to say it, but I think that those people are blinded.
People,
they're the you people and the sheep that believe that the USA wasn't doing good.
Well, there you go. With the economy we had before, I mean, I'm of a different ilk, etc., but we had a strong economy before COVID. And even the last few days when they're talking about a potential vaccine, and you saw that Moderna says their vaccine is 94.5% accurate or safe. And who was it? Pfizer said they were 90% or something.
Yeah, that doesn't worry people. 90, 95%. I want a vaccine that's 100%. Otherwise, kiss my ass.
Well, that comes with making the 94.5% and testing it out. So
So you test it out.
I am. I'm going to be one of the first. I want to see what happens. I'll grow a third ear or something. But anyway, the reason I brought it up is the stock market's just shot up because of that.
Right. Well, it's amazing how, again, not that I'm knocking it. Yes, there's people out there that want to take the vaccine. By all means, take the vaccine if you want to. I think the rich are going to get richer. It's something to do, well, let's make everybody take a vaccine, so that insurance companies have to pay for it. Somebody's going to have to pay for it.
Well, I thought you were.
I'm just good looking. I'm not rich. What do you all think about my shirt?
Yeah. Oh, check that out. Yes.
I can't wait to hear the comments that come out on
American
this. Right?
Super Pharmacist.
Yes, American Super Pharmacist. That's it.
That's a cool shirt. Jim Costanza made you that, right? JCTs?
Yes. Shout out to JCTs, where you can, obviously, if you know him, and he is a good friend of ours, I went in, I said, Jim, I need a shirt, and he said, okay, what do you want? I want this one, and he made it within 5 minutes.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, you came running up. You were so happy with it.
Yep.
I mean, you got to get out more often.
I'm just waiting for people to comment on the shirt. I knew he was a racist. I knew it.
Oh, my God. I know. They're not going to read what it is.
Right. In all reality, what the shirt is it's proud to be American. And yes, I love my country. I am an American lover.
Well, that's awesome. You know, this was your first vacation that I can remember, and I've known you for like 4 or 5 years, where we've literally probably seen each other every day. Maybe 20 days we didn't see each other in 4 years, and I still haven't given you back that $20. But this was your first vacation since the first year I knew you, and you went down to your brother's concert. I think it was Little Valley or something like that. It was the last time I remember you going anywhere.
Yeah, I don't know. With my neck injury, that it's kind of held me back a little bit. So, anyways, I think. I don't know what I think. I want to talk about, maybe how people's thinking now is so convenient to say you're a racist, you're a hater, you do this, you do that, instead of looking, in their own backyard and realizing the problems that they have. It's easier just to talk about everybody else's problems and put it off on them. Tommy Kachanowski, what's up, brother?
All right, I'm just fixing up that graphic for you. So keep everyone entertained, Madman.
Okay.
Hey, give out. Wait a minute, we haven't told them to share.
Oh, that's
Tell
right.
them to share.
You guys, please share this post. I want to give a quick shout out to any of the New York Watchmen or the Watchmen period that may be watching. And guess what? Peter's working on something new that is going to be happening as soon as he gets this done. We'll drop a quick.
Here, it'll be up in a couple of seconds. I always say that to her, man.
You guys are going to get a kick out of this.
All right, but why don't you tell them who the New York Watchmen are?
You guys, the New York Watchmen is a grassroots organization of people that are looking to help in the communities, not just the New York communities. Here's ours going to be obviously Western New York because it would take us too long to show up anywhere else. That's Niagara Falls, that's Buffalo, that's everywhere. If you paid attention and you went to the Summer Park Mall rally, you've seen that there was about 50 of the Watchmen out there. And, making sure everybody felt safe, that there was no disruption. I guess, 8675309. Yeah, that was my singing.
Jenny, not the Watchman.
So, what it is we're just coming up. We had a little meeting last week and brought on 30 new members. 30 new members.
From this area?
In Niagara Falls. Niagara Falls, right?
Oh man!
So there will be a New York Watchmen group starting in Niagara Falls real soon. We're going to have another meeting. I will talk about it, and if it's something that you people are interested in, not you people, no, the other people,
yeah, the good people.
Yeah, if it's something that you're interested in and you want to join or you want more information about it, tune in on Wednesday at 7 p.m. and you will be able to ask questions, talk to them, see what they're about. It's not a hate group.
So it starts this Wednesday?
This Wednesday or next Wednesday, either one. We will let you know. And the only reason why I'm plugging it on the Edge of the Falls, obviously, is because I'm a member of the Watchmen.
Yeah.
And I have faith that this group is needed and will be out after 9 p.m., after 10, 11, 12, 1. If something is kicking off, guess what? They will show up. It is an organization that wants to have peace, that wants to get along, that wants to just be a little bit better in the cities as things are going now. You guys see that there's a lot of cities, thank God, we aren't one of them, that have lost control. We're going to make sure that there is control.
That's interesting because, again, you and I are on kind of different poles when it comes to some things political, not all things, but we respect free speech from each other. And I got to know the Watchmen through a lot of their background. I watched them, so to speak, during the Trump rally that we covered. We were looking to broadcast live from. And our generator failed, and you got us a new one.
Yeah.
So we got to wait 4 more years to try out the generator. Anyway, so we're at this thing, and I'm watching the Watchmen, and what I look at is body language. You see anybody in a black T-shirt that says security on the back, they're trying to strut their stuff and be intimidating. This group is not intimidating, but they are thorough. They're very professional. And I think they bring an element of peace and calm and can bring the calm. And they're willing to step in the gap as other groups do. So I was quite keen to see what they have to say. We're going to let them run from here. and which I know you'll be one of the hosts on that program, so one of us will be involved with the program. I'll produce it, but I'm excited to hear what they have to say and get that point of view going as well. We've got some great diversity here. Finally, Wednesdays won't be boring.
That's
yeah, so... what about you out there? How about somebody calling in at 716-207-4376?
Yes, let's take a call. Someone give us a call. I think what I want to do is save some of the good stuff. I got really good videos. I got good stories. I'm going to save it for Wednesday when I'm joined by either Charlie or Andrea.
Or both.
Or both, maybe, and we can go through all of our videos. You guys are going to dig it. It's fun. It's exciting. And listen, it was peaceful.
Yeah,
no people during the rally got beat up. Nobody got harmed. I don't know. I just think when that many people were in there, not robbing, not stealing, not looting, not hurting anybody, just loving everybody, was awesome. Hang on. You're on the edge of the falls. Who's this?
It's Noelle.
Noelle, how the hell are you?
Hey.
Noelle, our old intern. What's new and exciting?
Not a lot. I know I was supposed to come there today, wasn't I?
You were supposed to come, but that's all right.
I was, but
it's okay.
We like everyone just. Yeah, they missed you, man.
I know. Well, I heard about the thing in Washington. I thought it was a little, I just think it's a little bit funny, so I wanted to say something. So the violent ones, I heard there's a lot of violence that happened afterwards, and it wouldn't be the Trump supporters, right?
Of course
Obviously,
not.
they don't ever want to cover that part, do they?
Right.
They never want to cover that part.
Listen, Noelle, what happened was, it's convenient to say there was, violence and stuff like that. It happened. I want to say this because, you know what, I was there. I was out there.
Yeah.
We were walking around the street. There was thousands of us around 11 till 1 a.m. walking the streets, and again, being peaceful, not hurting anything, not doing anything, just showing our support. And, I was giving Peter the mad dog. So anyways, listen, when all those people were walking around and they were carrying Trump flags and supporting the president and showing our peace and making sure that nothing was going wrong. It was after that when everybody went back to their hotels and were planning on leaving, that Antifa or BLM decided that they were going to go out and stab at least 20 people, jump elderly people. Or people that were by themselves,
Yeah, so my dad said. So what I don't understand is, well, I do understand it because people are just assholes and want to twist stories around. They want to say the Trump supporters are so violent and stuff, but I mean, the ones who were there, who were they for? Because they definitely weren't for Trump. That were stabbing people and shit.
Yeah, and you know what? Peter brought up a good point. Why were they there except to cause disruption and do exactly what you just said, was make it look like Trump supporters are bad, this or blah blah blah.
Because from what I've seen, everybody besides that was getting along. It looked great. Like there was everybody from every different colors and. It's ridiculous.
I'm telling you, there was a person. His name was Billy. I can't remember his last name. He's running for Congress in New Jersey. A big
Billy
black
Prempe.
guy.
Yeah.
Yes, a big black guy, dreadlocks, and was out there. Our hotel for some reason was targeted by BLM. Maybe because the Proud Boys were there.
Because you were there.
Yeah. And a bunch of Trump supporters. So, we were right in the middle, of the city, close to everything. I got lucky that it wasn't that long of a walk to walk all over the place. Anyways.
Oh, my leg.
The BLM showed up and Antifa, and, they were outside of the hotel and they were shooting fireworks, not the, little bottle rockets, the actual commercial ones, and blowing them off in front of the hotel. Finally, when people came outside, then all of a sudden the police came and, they wouldn't let anything happen and protected, the BLM, and, they really did protect the BLM
from you,
from us, right?
Because you guys could have just taken their badges, right?
Listen, without a doubt, we were kind of. I don't want to say, there was obviously some, antagonistic, shit going back and forth from both sides, but we really didn't have to do anything because this guy Billy was telling, his own people they were an embarrassment. They, were making everybody look bad, and oh my God.
Yeah, well, it's horrible because even the black ones who support Trump, like they're getting called. You know what I mean? It's like, why can't people just support who they want to support, and without it, nobody even like discusses the racist shit that Biden has said.
Because it doesn't fit their narrative, Noel. It doesn't make it seem like it's the Trump supporters and they're bad, not us. We're good people.
Right.
Get the hell out of here. Yeah, everybody knows the truth, and if you don't know the truth, you're one of the problems that are around here.
Well, yeah, people don't want to know like the truth. They don't just kind of like me. Like I'm going to bring it up because I wasn't there today to speak on it, but I had a lot of people for a while now saying, "Oh, Brett's a racist. Look at this video," and stuff like that. I didn't watch the video until recently, and I'm like looking at it, I'm like, I didn't see Brett raise his hand one time. I don't understand, if you don't know Brett, you can't be calling him a racist person, and then you don't people don't want to know the good part. People don't care to know about the good stuff that people do or what they've done. Like they just want to focus on negative things or what they hear about somebody without even looking into it. No, I mean, I'm guilty of things saying stuff without looking into things. But like when I do look into it, I mean, I own up to it. It's like people are just fucking assholes. Everybody wants to call everybody racist nowadays without. You know
what? It's funny that you bring it up because we were just talking about that before. Racist has become the new safe word for everybody. Yep. So when you don't like something or you don't agree with someone or someone is doing something maybe a little bit better, you're a fucking racist and oh my God, look at him.
It's a trend this year.
Yep.
That's the trend this year is somebody's racist.
It
they
sucks
don't.
Because it is not doing any good for anybody except keeping us divided. It's keeping us divided even when we want to help. It's making me think, well, fuck it. Why should I try and do anything? If I'm going to be a racist anyways. So you know what I did is I came up with this shirt, American supremacist, because you know what, I love America. So yes, I am an American supremacist. Other people were going to try and twist it now and say, "Oh, but look, I told you he was a supremacist." Well, here's your proof.
There's nothing wrong with loving your country. Like everybody should start, instead of pointing fingers and saying, "Oh, I heard he's racist. He's a racist." How about you just get to know the person and find out the real story behind things.
Right now, we're on the phone. You guys could probably hear that. Give us a call right back as soon as we end up with the phone. We'll take your call. All right.
Noel, when you say that, it brings to mind that we live in a society where people just jump ahead. I mean, as you said, I just want to explain this for our audience. Someone sent you a video claiming that Brett is shown to be a racist. And when you walked in, we had that video here. We've not doctored it. We just looked at it. And Brett is doing nothing of the sort. But but there's this dickhead who sends it to you. And you know why? Because they don't like if someone doesn't like them. They don't know how to get along in a world where not everybody's going to like you. They're not going to be
so they want everybody to not like that same person too. So it's they don't like somebody, so it's oh, let's see how many people I can get to not like that person too. So
let me take this call, Noel. The guy's blowing me up, and we'll see who it is and what he's want. And you know what? If we have 5 minutes, call us right back. I'm not done with you. Okay.
All right, love you guys.
Love you too. Bye.
Bye.
Yo, you're on the edge of the falls. Who's this?
Well, you knew I was going to call in.
I just knew you were going to call in. All right. What's up?
Who is it?
What's up? What's
going on?
Who are you?
My name's Todd Byro.
Yeah. Todd Byro. Yes. Good. What's happening? What do you got to add?
Well, I just called in because I have a different take on being called a racist.
All right, go ahead.
My take on that is I embrace that word because I don't accept their definition of it. Their definition is I just don't accept anything that they say. But me being a racist, I mean, I love my race. I love my race. It's funny that no other race of people, whether they're black, brown, yellow, or whatever, are called racist when they love their people. The only people that are called racist when they love theirs are white people, because it is their ploy to dumb us down from living our own. That's what they're trying to do. And I'm trying not to swear or get worked up about it, but
We're allowed to swear on this show. This is my show.
Yeah, go right ahead.
yeah, it's a bunch of fucking bullshit. It's a bunch of bullshit. I am a racist. I practice racism, which means I practice loving my race. I am
Do you
a
hate
racist.
other races?
Yeah, Todd, I guess that's what it boils down to.
Absolutely not. They
Yep.
should do for their own. They should do their own. Go. I don't care what they do. Go. I mean, build an empire. Go ahead, build your own empire, but don't expect to build it off my back or the back of my people. So
I hear you.
And that's what's happening. That's what's happening. You see all these people saying, "Oh, you're a racist. You're this. You're that." I embrace those words. I do, because anyone that knows me knows how I am. I mean, I talk to anyone. I get along with anyone, but I love my people. So that makes me a racist, according to so many others. You're going to find out you're going to find out, the organization's going to find out that's going on as it goes down the road. You know, I've been a couple places in the country, you know, running around saying, I love my race, and I do it well. I run around and I say it, and I'm going to keep continuing to say it, no matter what anybody says. So I lost the business. I lost the business just for that reason, because we were called a white supremacist business, which was a lie. There were so many people there. It wasn't even funny. They know, you know, but had it been reversed, they would have never lost their business. Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
We're listening.
Yeah, I'm just listening to you.
But what I would like to encourage people to do, especially white people, because that's what I'm encouraging, I would like to encourage them to stand up and embrace that word, but not by their definition. Being a racist means you love your race. So if you love your race, you are in fact a racist. And if you love your race and do things for your race, then you are in fact practicing racism. Do not accept what they try to do. It's okay for them to do it. If black people are practicing racism, loving their race, they don't get called a racist.
You know what? It's funny, bro, that I have met a lot more people, you know, that, you know, are saying, you know, they don't understand why, you know, white people can't be proud to be white. White people can't say anything, you know.
Do you know why we can't be proud to be white? Because we accept that. We accept it. We accept that we're not supposed to be proud. That's what a majority of people are doing these days. The majority of people, that you can't walk into a job place and say, my name is Todd Byro and I'm a proud doctor. I'm a proud white doctor, because what will happen? They'll yank your license. You can't go in and say, I'm a proud white anything, but you can do the reverse. You can walk in and say, I'm a proud black plumber, I'm a proud black doctor.
Listen, you know, and I don't want to get off on, you know, on race or anything on this show. It is just, it suits, you know, right now for this show. But Jim Costanzo was just up here from JCT's, and he said he meets with a bunch of his buddies. You know, they've been friends since high school and blah, blah, blah. And one of the guys that's one of his best friends told him, look, I'm going to apply for this human resource job. And, you know, Jim was like, look, you don't have the, you know, the qualifications for that job. And he said, yeah, you know, I'm going to apply for it anyways. I'm going to apply for it a couple times. And if I don't get it, I'm going to call and complain and say that they're a bunch of racists. You know, and it just kind of struck a little nerve with me that it's that easy just to say, I'm not qualified. I don't, you know, have any reason to apply for this job. But if you don't give it to me, you're a fucking racist.
Yep.
Actually, I just want to pipe in here, though, and share with you, Todd, that one of the things for the audience, if you just joined us, we are not taking racial positions here. We are discussing racism. Now, I come from a country which is just north of here and presently closed, that is multicultural. And in Canada, we we didn't define by race the same way. There is racism in Canada, so don't ever let anyone tell you they don't have it. But when I came here, I do see a lot of delineations that both sides contribute to. And when I say both sides, I'm not saying just black and white. Whatever side chooses that because they're different from another, racially different. Everybody seems to practice it in some way. Discrimination. You know, you can walk into a certain culture's event or something like that, and they stare at you like, "Why are you here?" You know, and so in this area, we should be multicultural, but that does come from breaking down these racism terms and the racism labels that we give everyone.
You know,
who is it applied to, Peter? Who is it applied to?
I say everyone.
Who is it applied to? Who is the racism tag applied to?
At present, I agree. It is generally placed on the white race in North America. Exactly.
As a matter of fact, it's not just placed on them in North America. It's placed on them in Canada, Europe, Africa. Look at what's going on in South Africa right now. I don't know even if you guys have even looked at it. White farmers are being massacred.
Right.
Massacred.
Did you see the congressman-elect that is trying to be congressman in Georgia? He was quoting Louis Farrakhan today. He was a black guy. Quoting Louis Farrakhan, saying that we have to get not just repercussions of
reparations.
No, not reparations.
What?
Something about demeaning their whiteness. Something to that effect.
We have to learn how to not be white.
Oh, I thought your voice changed. Sorry, Todd.
Yeah.
Yeah, so listen,
Todd,
listen, bro. You'll get a kick out of this. So, while we were at the Trump rally in D.C., and believe it or not, there's a lot of blacks that like President Trump that believe he did a good job, that he's swinging things, and not only for Americans but Black Americans, and right. The looks they got and the things that people were throwing stuff in their Uncle Toms and their own people were calling these motherfuckers the N-word. Unbelievable. But you kind of see where I'm going with that, and this Billy guy from New Jersey was telling other black people, look, here I am, a black man, from the inner city, I grew up uneducated, blah blah blah. I joined the military and tried to better myself. As soon as I started to better myself, I decided, well, I'm going to run for Congress. He's running for Congress, educated, veteran, how can I explain it? Within the first 10 minutes that you talk to the dude, you're like, I like this guy. And of course, all the black people down there were like, fuck you, you're a piece of shit, you blah blah.
Yeah,
blah.
Have you ever listened to Candace Owens?
Oh my God, of course
good.
we love Candace Owens. Anyways, let me get off the phone here with you. I appreciate you calling in, and make sure you tune in Wednesday at 7:00. We're going to do the Watchmen podcast. We're going to host it, and hopefully it's going to blow up, and maybe we'll make a little bit of a difference around here.
Oh, they're coming there?
Yeah, the Watchmen are going to start doing a podcast on Wednesday nights.
We respect free speech from every side.
Yep. So when we were in D.C., of course, they labeled all the groups that went down there as white supremacist groups, and because the Proud Boys stayed in our hotel, and there was a little bit of some controversy going on. Of course, as soon as they seen a Watchman shirt or anything like that, then all of a sudden the Watchmen are classified in that group, and
you'll be labeled by the Anti-Defamation League in just a couple days. You'll be labeled by the Southern Poverty Law Center in just a couple days.
Right.
It's a white supremacy hate group. It's going to be the norm.
Will the Girl Scouts cut us off of cookies?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, we will.
Anyone? Yeah, exactly. That and $2.50 gets you on the Metro bus.
There you go.
All right, I love you, bro.
I love you
Thanks
too.
for calling in, Todd.
Later.
All right, Peter.
Later, brother.
Later.
Did we lose that call?
You're on the edge of the falls. This is Brett. Who's this?
Hey, Brett, this is Jeff.
Jeff, how are you?
I was with you in Washington, brother.
Jeff, what's happening?
Yeah, I didn't know you had a podcast, man. You're a rock star.
I don't know.
And
go
and
ahead,
I just want to I just want the people down there on your show there to know that you are a rock star, man. This guy's had 3 neck surgeries, and he was just putting them in their place. So
thank you, brother. I appreciate it. It's not just me; it's a group effort, and we had a lot of fun.
That's true. And as far as racism, if that's what your show is kind of about, it's the last caller was right that we don't need to be ashamed of being a racist. I was in the military. I served with black guys. There was no racism in that. We were our brother's keeper. We watched our backs. If we would stop the divide that this country has done by having special, if you beat up a gay, you get arrested and charged with a worse crime. If you beat up a black man, you get charged with a worse crime. But if they beat up a white guy, there's nothing. We got to unify, and that means you get rid of all that. You don't have a special college fund. You don't have a special this, that. We are all Americans, and America. We are supreme as Americans. That's why everybody comes to America. America goes everywhere and defends everybody's country. So I'm tired of the white privilege and all that. I mean, I went in the military. I got my college after that. I worked.
Oh, hang on. You're on the edge of the falls. Hang on, Andrea. Jeff, hang on, brother. You there?
Everybody's country. So I'm tired of to meet you, and I'm going to step back and watch your show, buddy.
Jeff,
brother.
Awesome. Andrea's on the other line, so we're going to talk to her in a minute.
Oh, is she?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Hey, Jeff, can I share something with you?
Just listen.
Before you
sorry.
go, Jeff, I just want to share something
Peter?
with you.
Yeah,
Peter. Yep.
The Mystic.
Okay.
Hey, good to meet you by phone, brother. When you talked about America defending the rest of the world, my mother was in England in World War II as a teenager, and then married my father. He was a Canadian serviceman, and my mother used to say, "You really don't know a people until you've seen them come to your soil and die for your freedom." So she had deep respect for Americans and all that we do. Now I've moved here, so the world does appreciate it, but there's a lot who don't, especially here.
No, you're right, and not only die, the disabilities that people have gotten from just different things in the military. I mean, it's a tough life. It's not cake, but we do it because we're patriotic.
Right.
We do it because we love this country, and I love my black brother. I love my Chinese brother, my red brother, and that's why I went. I didn't go to make myself better because the pay really sucked. Let me tell you.
Preach, brother, preach.
I was in 75 to 79, and then I did a couple years in reserves. But I was in England. I was a crew chief on 135, so I got to go to England, and not anything about how your parents met, but they used to bring cattle trucks in with the girls because they wanted to marry Americans. It was kind of cool, but I didn't marry one. Anyway,
funny.
All right. Hey, I'll make room for somebody else, but. No,
Jeff,
no, I
cheers,
didn't marry
brother.
American.
I appreciate
I'm still
you
married
calling
to
in.
that American.
Listen, thanks for having my back out there, brother. I appreciate it.
Hey, you had mine too, man.
Listen. Let's tell everybody a quick story. When we were walking down the street and the police were behind us, a little bit of animosity broke out, and then me and Jeff were standing next to each other, and they come up and they hit us with their bikes. And he turned around and he was like, "You motherfuckers, here we are."
I didn't use that word. I don't swear.
All right, you know what I mean. I swear. I swear for
Brett,
you.
I was marching up and down that line. We had their backs. We have police backs everywhere. We had them in East Aurora when Anti-Fa came here. I led that group then, and I realized I can't lead a group. I get too mad. But I went up and down that line going, man, we have your back. Now you're in no man's land. I couldn't believe what they did. It was rude. If they would have said, hey, guys, get out of there, we would have got out of there.
Right, without a doubt.
But they come right up and smashed several of our guys.
Yep.
And you got injuries. I got
I
one, but you got more than me.
All right, brother. Let me get Andrea on the phone here, and listen. Wednesday, tune in. And we will talk more about the Watchmen and post a bunch of our videos.
Sounds good.
All right, brother.
Can't wait to get together.
Awesome. Later. Andrea, how the hell are you? You're on the edge of the falls. How are you?
I'm awesome. My voice isn't doing so well, though.
Were you somewhere screaming this weekend?
All right, tell everybody who you are.
Maybe only for like 36 hours straight. That's all.
Tell everybody who you are.
I remember my honeymoon, yeah.
Andrea, tell the listener who you are.
I'm Andrea from the Watchmen. I've been with the group for quite a while and help organize all of our personnel and help organize. It's been exciting to see the growth of motivation, of camaraderie, of support that we're getting. Our outreach in the communities has grown, and every single meeting we go to is more exciting and people are more engaged. So, it's for the person that mentioned that, now that we were, in Washington, that, within a couple of days, we're going to be labeled. The Watchmen may be new to Western New York. We're actually the only group in New York State. But the Watchmen in general has been founded for, I believe, up to like 6 months now and has tens of thousands of members in the southern states. So down in the DC area, we're not new at all. We just blend in with the rest of the members. They don't know where we're from. So we've been labeled all we're going to be labeled. And there's absolutely no racism involved in this group, not even close to it. As most people see, the racism comes from the other side. All racism is the ability to label people without knowing anything and put that label out and hold that against them. And that's all the other side does, and complete opposite of what we do. If you were at the Trump rally all day during the day when everything was peaceful, the beauty of it wasn't just white people. There were so many black conservatives. There were people that flew here from Japan.
There were Latinos. There were people from China.
Japan.
There was, oh my God, it was
Bolivia
awesome.
and
It was
yak
everybody
farmers
from everywhere.
It was every nationality, and people flew from all over the world to support President Trump. It was not even just Americans. It's unity and peacefulness and support. So it was absolutely not about whites, and racism isn't about supporting your race. Racism is a target. You're targeting people and labeling people. You're judging people. And what this rally was about is unity and working together and being American. And even just not even just being American, because we had literally people that flew here just for this. Within 5 days that they put this post out, people came from all over the world to support President Trump because of the peace he's created. And that, I'm not going to go into friggin' more politics here. The point is the rally was a lot more than just Americans. It was huge. It was one of the most epic things I've ever seen.
Me too.
Yeah, Brett can tell you as well, when it all when the sun started to come down and, things started to change, and, if you're walking alone, you might want to take that MAGA hat off, or you're probably going to get hit with a skateboard. That stuff didn't happen when the sun went down. They waited till people dispersed and started walking to their hotels, or were, walking all by themselves, because that's how they always work. And, when our hotel was actually attacked, because a couple was walking in the street and they rode by and hit the boyfriend in the head with something. I wasn't there, but I caught right after that, looking out the window before we ran down. Some of our members and an affiliate group from Buffalo were down there and got enraged, and everything started escalating. Well, that's all they need. And they just keep antagonizing. So, they were going nuts, and it was
Andrea,
BLM.
the reason I asked that is that people like here did not go and see the event. They hear news that comes from a number of sources.
Biased news, of course.
Well, that's
I
the
apologize.
thing. No, you did nothing wrong. We just
different.
want to kind of introduce you to the format here, is that the listeners and the viewers, what they're trying to do is make a decision based on information. You're a source of that information. When you say they, we know we can label them, but why were I've been asking all show, why were they there? Did it make any sense to you that they were there?
Well, yes, 100%, because both BLM and Antifa have been stationed in front of the White House for months.
Okay.
They also even had tons of posts out, like people, Antifa from Portland came all the way in for this. The group that was in front of our hotel, it took a minute to figure it out, but until you saw some of the labels on their clothing, it was in fact BLM. It was not Antifa. That was. I don't know if some of them were mixed in, but there were numerous members that we also saw the same group as they migrated through the city, and they were wearing BLM logos on their helmets and on their attire.
And you know it's Antifa because they wear quality kitchenware for armor.
Yeah, and colored hair.
So yeah, you know, when it cleared from in front of our hotel, and I'm telling you, the numbers out there grew in the street so fast. I mean, if I back up just a little, here's a happy march all day, right? And just as the sun's starting to set, it's not dark yet, and we're walking back to the hotel when people are more spread out. As we walk down the street where, you know, yesterday cars were parked here, there were white vans that flooded every single block that were filled from front to back with cops, front to back. Before I got in the shower and I looked out the window of my hotel, I saw the types of people changing on the street, all the kids with helmets on, and then I saw a 3 bicycle wide entire parade of police on bikes rolling in, and it was just a change of shift and getting ready for the fact that when it gets dark, this happens. So this escalated so fast that, I mean, it wasn't even like I took a full shower and did makeup. I just rinsed off so I could change. And in that time, the argument downstairs that started escalated to the point that I couldn't even get dressed before I heard an explosion.
The fireworks?
Yeah, but they didn't just throw it on the sidewalk. Our crew saw what happened. They threw it into an occupied restaurant 2 doors down where people were eating.
What?
Yeah, it was pyrotechnics that were thrown through the open doorway into a restaurant of people eating. And that happened like it couldn't have even been 7 o'clock. It had to be like 6:30.
Did you at least get to wash your hair?
No, I didn't need to do all that. We were going back out. But, you know, when that kind of stuff, I mean, it was interesting because, I mean, it didn't escalate. There were some funny comments, you know, when people were just kind of sitting back. The police were great. They did a great job creating a barrier, and we're very polite. You know, when finally this stuff dissipated, our crew decided, like, all right, well, we're not going to sit here at the hotel. Let's go find them. And so we kind of followed reports of what we were hearing of, you know, where people were headed, and wound up merging with, had to be 300 or 400 people, all from different patriot groups, all that came together as one. They had the biggest Trump flag I've ever seen that was as wide as an entire street, and they had a whole team that would carry it through. And we literally marched that entire city and covered the streets, and nothing big ever happened because they do not have the guts to attack 300 to 400 of us that are all out there. And we walked probably from, I don't know, 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock all the way until 3 in the morning.
Yep.
And by then the streets were dead. And honestly, that whole nighttime thing with the views and the energy and the positivity and the patriotism, and it was unreal. It was amazing. I mean, it was awesome.
Hey, I have to tell you, Andrea, you're getting a lot of hellos and shout-outs here on the comments section. Thomas Kashanowski, Jackie Shear-Walker, Bjorn August. And if I miss anybody, I'm sorry, but a lot of people are saying, hey, Andrea, so it's great having you.
Thank you very much. I guess I'll probably talk to you guys on Wednesday.
Yes, for sure. You know, we will see you Wednesday, and me and you will coordinate this before then.
Okay, sounds good.
All right,
Good
have
night,
a great night, hon. Bye.
You too. Bye-bye.
You know, Madman, I want to pose a question to one of the comments that was made. It's a personal curiosity for me. Lisa Castiglione-Wheaton had said Marxism. What is it that people see to label something Marxism? I know Marxism was the founding system of what we recognize as communism in the old Soviet Union, so to speak, and in some of the new, but why do people say Marxism? What is it about Marxism that you see happening in our society, or is it something different that we just haven't found a label for yet? But
Lisa,
I want to know.
this is you've commented on the show a couple of times. Why don't you call in, and talk to us? I know you're going to see this in 30 seconds or 20 seconds, whatever.
Yeah.
But if you would, 207-4376. Anybody else? While we're talking about the Watchmen in D.C., if anybody's listening now that was there that wants to, call in, you might as well do it. 207-4376. And stop what you're doing. Share this. We still have, Oh, well, show's almost over, but
Well, we can go a few extra minutes if we get some callers.
No, Brett Byro says, I got to go to bed.
Your voice sounds like Andreas.
Hey, listen, dude, you have no idea. It sounds way better today than it did.
I'm sure you sounded like a soprano yesterday, or a sparrow.
All of us, listen, just by having, I guess, sore throat or whatever. It does not, compare to the way my legs hurt.
Well, look, we got a call.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I am.
Brett speaking. You're on the edge of the falls. Who's this?
Hey, it's Damon Grant calling in.
Damon, what's happening, brother?
Hey.
Not much, just kind of still recovering from everything, obviously. But just calling in to say, I had a great time. Obviously, thank you, Brett, and everything for, making everything possible.
Whoops.
Did we lose him?
Damon,
chime in with what happened.
Yeah, sorry. I hit the button on my phone, so repeat that last verse, will you?
Oh, I'm just calling in. I just want to say, thank you to Brett and, helping me get there and everything. And thank you to all the watchmen. It was really successful, for the country overall. It was successful for all Americans. It was successful, as our group, and nobody got, really hurt or injured or anything. And, we all, coordinated pretty well, I think. And, just calling in to chime in, really.
Awesome. We had a lot of fun. Wow. It was a lot of fun. It really was. And you know what? No, the media is trying to say, the Trump supporters were this and the Trump supporters were that. And I know because we were there that we were peaceful. Everything was great. Polite. Everybody got along. Yes, I might have, been hollering at, some people.
Everyone.
Yeah. But, I don't know. I didn't get in any fights. I didn't see any of our friends getting any fights. No punches were thrown. We didn't throw shit back at people. I don't know. It comes down to the fact that the only time that any shit popped off was after we dispersed and after we got done and decided that we were going to go home, have a couple beers or do whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Then, they took it upon themselves to jump, elderly people. And I don't know, I can't speak for what happened. 20 people got stabbed or 20 people got hurt, even that, I think that, if 20 people did get hurt, and kind of like what Andrea said, after, the walk was over or whatever, if you're out there and you're by yourself, sometimes you got to take into consideration that there are asshole people everywhere, that are going to take advantage of people when they get the chance. All the buildings were boarded up. I don't know what the hell they were thinking, or if that was even in fact because of, the rally, but
yeah.
It just sucks that they had to live like that. I mean, every building was boarded up everywhere. I think, like Andrea said, that the Antifa and BLM have been occupying the areas down there. I'm sure that might have I was talking to a couple other people. I know I'm getting off subject. Talking to a couple of locals down there that said shit was so out of hand, that they had to board up everything, because. Just like in other democratic cities, which Washington, D.C. is, shit got out of hand. Sorry, you guys are, I'm reading comments as I'm, talking.
Hey, Brett,
Yes.
one thing about it was, how many came from Niagara Falls? You and Damon. Did anyone else you recognize come from Niagara Falls?
Joe Rowe.
Right.
Yeah, we met Joey up there.
So there was a good group, right? That's why they were jumping elderly people, so you wouldn't be homesick.
Yeah, funny. Peter, you know how it goes. Unfortunately, that happens here all too often.
Yep.
Yeah, and honestly, and you guys mentioned earlier, I honestly do. It was really a world event. It really wasn't just about America. There were people literally all over the world, and that was really the great thing. And I mean, we had a couple of people like, news broadcasters from all over the world just interviewing people. There's pictures. I can't wait to see what becomes of this. I mean, there was millions or hundreds of thousands of people there, possibly over a million. And you got to think, they all had cameras, they all had phones. So it's going to take a long time for, all of this to settle down. There's all kinds of content all over the world.
Look, we were watching the local news, and, me and Damon, and one of the local stations said only 300 people showed up, and somebody else said there was a couple thousand, and then you see all over the media here they're talking tens of thousands and this, and, or 100,000. When we were driving home, we heard them say D.C. police said that, 1.1 million people showed up.
Yeah,
by the looks of the pictures, they're not fake. Those are real pictures.
Yeah.
They weren't imposed, and put people in them.
Hobby Lobby in Richmond said that they sold over 100,000 embroidery hoops for Shields. So Antifa was there, of course.
How funny. All right, Damon, Wednesday night, Watchmen, are going to start doing a podcast on here, and I'll talk to you then.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, thank you.
All right, brother.
Bye.
Later.
Anyways, we're getting ready to sign off the show unless we get another call. I did want to mention that, like I said earlier, we are not discussing racism as good or bad. What we're doing is we're talking about how it impacted a major event this past weekend, how it's become the go-to phrase. White supremacists or racist is the go-to phrase when there's no other way to deal with someone. People just throw that at you. Show them your shirt again, Madman. American.
For all of you out there that you'll love your country or love each other or love your race or however you want to put it. Maybe instead of putting any color in front of this or any other word, maybe just American. You with me?
Absolutely. That's actually well put.
All right, good. Let's get out of here.
All right. Just before we do, we want to thank everyone. We've got the New York Watchmen, and we are bringing them on because we believe in free speech. They are one of the most passionate protectors of free speech in this area. We want to have part of that. So we're going to have an evening with them on Wednesdays at 7 o'clock starting this Wednesday on November 18th because Andrea said she'd be here.
All right, listen, so if you want more information on the New York Watchmen, tune in Wednesday or do a little search on Facebook under, New York Watchmen. I think that, somebody from there, either you guys will see in the comments, Liberty Watchmen, Intel Watchmen, they have jobs for everybody. They're accepting everybody from 18 to 80. There will be a position for you in one way or another. All you have to do is, have a love for other people, because it's not about just white people, black people, or whatever. In times of need, in times of trouble, we need other like-minded people that are going to stick together, that are going to help each other, that are going to love each other, and watch us work.
Amen.
Cheers.
Cheers, everyone. Have a great night. See you on Wednesday.